What's going on, everyone? For today's video, we're going to be talking about Apex Legends 10 big tips to help you get better in Season 2. I decided to make this video because Season 2 of Apex Legends is releasing today, and I know some people want to know how to improve in Apex Legends, so these are my 10 big tips to help you get better in Season 2 of Apex Legends. But before I begin, I do make a lot of Apex Legends content, so if you do enjoy this video, consider subscribing. It does help me out a lot. And let's get right into the video. So the first tip is watching the third party. I can't stress this enough. You want to have a person just thinking about that. Well, everyone should be thinking about that, in other words. But what you want to do is whenever you're in a gunfight, you want to be watching if there's another team coming in, calling them out, making sure that, there's no third party when you're fighting another team. If there is, then you can go ahead and analyze the situation, figure out, okay, do we want to back off or do we want to go ahead and figure out if we can win this gunfight and immediately go to the next party. So the whole point of this is having a person, whenever you win a gunfight, for example, you want to have a person thinking about, okay, be ready, there's going to be people coming, get ready for a fight, there might be a third party, people heard those shots. And that's usually what I do. I'm in charge of that, honestly. I just take charge and go ahead and start saying, hey, people probably heard those shots, so just get ready for a fight. Things like that will help out your teammates get ready for the next one. So number 2 is learning when to back off in a gunfight. So this is extremely important. I feel like everybody should learn this, and a lot of people do know about it, a lot of people don't, but some people will start engaging people whenever they're still one shot or whenever they're half health and they don't back off of a gunfight and they think they can win when the other person is full shields still. So the whole idea is to give you the best chance to win the gunfight. And what you want to do here in certain situations, I'm not saying to leave your teammates completely and just go heal by yourself, because that might get your teammates killed. What I'm saying here is maybe you should pull a big shield battery and have half of your health ready to go. Maybe half of your health is going to be gone, fine, but at least you pulled a big shield battery, and that in that case it will help you keep going in the fight. And you're going to have to do that until eventually you have enough time to heal or you already won the fight. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys here, is to learn when to back off in a gunfight so it could give you more success of winning that actual gunfight. Now there is sometimes where you need to completely back off because these people have complete advantage over you. That's okay. Sometimes you're going to have to back off and you're going to have to run. And it's not really a cowardly move, it's more of repositioning. The whole point behind this is you don't want to let them win, right? So what you want to do is, okay, we'll meet them in the other side of this crater or the other side of this mountain. Whatever it is, that's just how it goes. Number 3 is landing in semi-hot drops. Now, a semi-hot drop, my definition of a semi-hot drop is a place where people are going to go, but it's not completely packed to the point where you're not going to be able to find health, and you're not going to be able to have loot for yourself or your teammates. So the whole point behind this is landing somewhere that it's decently hot, but you know that people are going to go there, but it's not too hot to the point where you can't control the situation. The whole purpose of this game, when you're landing in the beginning or throughout the whole game, is trying to control the situation. And if you don't have control of it, you're pretty much going to die, and your teammates are just going to die as well. So you need to understand landing in semi-hot drops is not a bad decision. Sometimes you can land in hot drops. I'm not saying don't land in hot drops, but essentially what I'm saying here is, you want to land somewhere semi-hot. What I consider semi-hot, in my opinion, is like places outside of Skull Town, and then you would jump right into Skull Town because you have loot now. Those are semi-hot drops. Number 4 is practicing your looting skill, or the speed in which you loot. I've seen so many people make the mistake of sitting in a box in the open for more than 6 seconds, and they'll be sitting there and you're just an easy target to hit, super easy. So you want to know, okay, I'm in the open, I need to loot this super quickly, probably get the thing that I need the most, which is, okay, I need shields, I need med kits, whatever it is. But the whole point is to not stay there too long. If you're in the open, that's what you want to be thinking about. Even if you're in closed doors, you still want to think, okay, I gotta loot this super quickly and get right into the fight again. You know what I mean? That way you're prepared and ready to go. Think about it this way: the faster you loot, the faster you're going to be able to get more kills. Just think about it in that way. Number 5 is inventory management. Now this, I used to stress this a lot in Blackout because it mattered a lot more in Blackout, but it does matter here to a certain extent. What you want to think about here is if you have a level 1 armor and you have the option between a shield cell or a big battery, what would you prioritize? You would prioritize the small cell. Now if you have a level 2 armor or above, you want to have big batteries ready to go, and that way you could just hide behind a corner and just start healing immediately, just pressing one button. If you're playing on console or on mouse and keyboard, I think this matters a lot regardless, because you don't want to be switching shield batteries, health kits, or whatever it is. If you have a health kit and you wanted just shields, you're not going to have it ready to go. You know, the person that had it ready to go is going to have advantage. So number 6 is positioning or outmaneuvering. So positioning and outmaneuvering means, let's say you have 2 players, right? And one player has really good aim, really good aim. I'm talking like he's hitting every shot. What you want to do is you want to position yourself for success. Now, I know high ground matters a lot, yes, but sometimes you want to have different types of positioning. Sometimes you're going to have to give up high ground. Sometimes you want to push, in other words, whenever they're low, things like that. But what I'm saying is, okay, yeah, high ground, it matters, sure. But when it comes to outmaneuvering a person, you want to make them feel uncomfortable. And whenever there's been times where there is people that have really good shot, and I call it out, and I tell them, damn man, this guy has really good aim, he's hitting every shot. We're gonna have to figure out how to outmaneuver him in a way, or flank him, or things like that you want to think about. You want to move around, you want to make that person feel uncomfortable to the point where, okay, they get frustrated and they make a mistake, and that's your small little window to kill them. Usually I use this tactic against people that have really good aim. That's usually what happens. Now, if I have a pretty decent shot, so I feel like I could outshoot you, then I'll go for it. But if they really have a good shot and they have like a havoc or something that's just gonna rinse you immediately, you want to be thinking about positioning and outmaneuvering them. So number 7 is having a long range and a medium range weapon. The reason behind this is because in Apex Elite, you started seeing a lot more long range fights and a lot of much more medium range fights, much more than close range stuff. So SMGs, you could still use those. I'm not saying don't use the R99 or things that, you know, SMGs that you like using close range or whatever. What I'm saying here is that the meta has changed. This whole idea is that if someone gets down, you're at a full disadvantage, of course, right? But it's going to matter a lot more in ranked mode. So what you want to do is you want to have like a longbow or an R301 where you know you can down people from long range and then go in. You know, you're going to see people go long range, medium range, and then try to go close range whenever someone goes down or they have 2 people down, things like that you have to think about, because it's going to change. The whole meta is going to change, and that's my idea behind this tip. So number 8 is using weapons that you are comfortable with. So what I mean by this is, if you're comfortable with an R301, then use the R301. If you're comfortable using an R301 with a red dot or something specific, then call it out. Say, hey, I would like a red dot on my R301. If you guys find one, if you guys find a spare one, that'd be great. Whatever it is, you want to give yourself the best opportunity to win. That's the whole idea. So use the weapons that you're most comfortable with. If you're not comfortable using a Peacekeeper, the gun that I hate the most out of this game, by the way, is just don't use it. You know, okay, just mention, okay, I don't like using Peacekeeper because it's inconsistent and, you know, blah, 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 blah. So whatever it is, just use the weapons that you're most comfortable with, that are going to give you the best chance of success. Number 9 is predicting movement. Predicting movement is super important. I used to do this in Blackout. You do this everywhere. You do it in PUBG, Blackout, and in Apex Legends now. And even in Halo, you do it all the time. But the whole idea behind predicting movement is, if you have a person behind a box or behind, let's say, a building, you're starting to predict, okay, is he going to go inside the building? Is he going to go peek out to the right side again? What is he going to do? And the better you get at this, the better you're going to be able to call them out and just start predicting their movement. So there's been many situations where I've been able to kill people because I know what their next move is going to be right before it happens. You know, So predicting movement is super important. Number 10 is utilizing equipment, ultimates, abilities efficiently. The whole idea behind this is a lot of people use Bangler's ult or Gibraltar's ult or Caustic's ult, and they'll use their ult and it'll force their teammates to be in a disadvantage. So you want to be thinking about that. You do not want to put your teammates at risk of getting killed because you slowed them down with your Caustic gas or your Gibraltar ult or stuff like that. You know, they're going to be sitting right in the open and you're going to be like, shit, this is my ult, be careful. Whenever a good scenario, whenever you want to use your ultimates for Gibraltar or Bangalore, is just using them defensively. Use them defensively. You do not want to use them when you're fully pushing a team and then you're stunned and then they get to run away, stuff like that. You know, that's the whole idea behind it, is using your ultimates efficiently, your abilities, thinking about what you're going to do next. So this is going to be a bonus tip since you guys are this far in the video. I got to reward you again. So number 10 is having a routine. The whole point behind this is what you want to do is whenever you hop online, you want to have a positive mindset. You want to be cleared completely from what happened yesterday or from the past days when you were playing Apex Legends. You don't want to be thinking negatively. So build a routine. Go into training mode, shoot the targets, have guns that you like using, and do that every single day, and you'll start seeing improvement in your game. I promise you guys. When you build a routine and you follow that, and whatever it is, okay, I spend 10 minutes in training mode and I use the R301 shooting the targets. That's a routine, and it's something that you can do before you're going to play with your teammates. And usually that's what I do. As hey man, I'm going to go into training mode real quick. I know you guys have been waiting, but just give me a second. I feel like this is going to give me full advantage over the rest of the day. So just warming up your fingers and stuff like that, you want to go ahead and have a routine. So that's going to have to do it for this video. If this video helped you out in any way, comment down below, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.